Hi, hello, and welcome back to another episode of What's Up Wednesday. So in these episodes, it's a little chaotic, but we basically follow the same principles every time. We talk about what we're reading, what we're listening to, what we are watching, and then what is up in life in general. So without further ado, let's start with what we are reading. This week we are reading, let's see, what am I reading? To be perfectly honest, I've had a really hard time focusing on reading. We've had a lot of personal things going on, and that's just kind of taken my focus away from it. But at night, I have been pretty consistent with reading from my Kobo, and what I've been reading is Swan by Robert McCammon. Now this is a really long book, like 900 some odd pages. So I'm just kind of slowly making my way through it. I've been reading it for like the past 2 weeks and I'm about 45% through. So I am really enjoying it though. I really like the writing style and I think the story is great. So I'm gonna continue reading that one, and I just got a hold from the library. So I just started it. I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters in. So it is called Middletide by Sarah Crouch, and I remember reading the synopsis when I requested the book, but I don't remember what the synopsis is. So all I know is that so far there's a woman who turns up hanged in a tree, and at first it looks like it might be a suicide because she wrote a note, but then the police detective starts looking at like kind of the situation. He's like, it seems unrealistic that she would have hung herself here. So he's starting to consider that it might be a murder in fact. And it takes place in 1995 on the Puget Sound, but there are flashbacks to the 1970s. So it's kind of a historical thriller. I don't know. I'm intrigued. The vibes are like misty summer on the Puget Sound, and I am here for it. It is something different. I've been struggling with my fantasy reads. That's the other book that I'm reading is The Wren in the Holly Library. I will insert a picture here. But The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Linde is like an urban fantasy, and I am actually enjoying it, but I'm struggling to pick it up. Like, I just have no desire to read fantasy right now. So I'm hoping that this Middletide thriller, let's call it a thriller. I'm hoping that this thriller kind of sucks me in and gets me going, because the last book that I really enjoyed besides Swan was Murder Road by Simone St. James. I'm going to be uploading a vlog on that book real soon, and yeah, that was a horror thriller. So supernatural thriller, horror. It was horror, and it was very enjoyable. So I think I just need to switch up my genres right now, and that's just kind of where I'm at. I think I need to give fantasy me and fantasy need to take a break. We're not separating, we're just taking a little break. So that is what I am reading, what I am listening to. So in order to save money, we canceled my Spotify, so I am listening to the radio. And I guess I'm listening to stuff on YouTube too. My husband actually started doing this thing where he's setting up like a playlist with my son, and they're listening to music, and he's kind of taking him through music through the ages of like when we grew up. So he's a little bit older than me, so earlier music, and then now we're in the 2000s, which is more my zone. And we're just really enjoying exposing him to like different genres of music. So that has been really fun. And what am I watching? I think I started watching, before we left, I started watching with the supernatural FBI show. X-Files. I started watching the X-Files. So I think that's basically all I've been watching. When we were in Michigan, did I watch anything? We watched some movies, but that was about it. We just haven't really had the time. We started watching The Boys. I don't think we've even been able to make it through the first episode though. My son keeps waking up and then we have to stop. So we're trying to watch The Boys. Is it season 3 or is it season 4? Can't remember what season we're in, but the latest season of The Boys, we're trying to watch that one. And finally, what is up with life? So it's, like I said, it's been a little chaotic. I'm starting a preschool, so I've been trying to set that up and get that put together. And then also my son recently had surgery before we left on all of our vacations. He had a, what is that called? Feeding tube button put in, so that we can use a feeding tube to feed him because he doesn't eat. And that is why in my last What's Up, I explained that we had been kind of absent. I've just been kind of between vacation and that. I've just been trying to handle things, and I honestly have not been juggling very well. So, but I feel like we're finally getting into routine of things and that things are getting better. Yesterday we had the appointment where we went to the hospital. They were supposed to change the button and it turned out it was too soon. Plus he had like granulation tissue around the site. So they had to actually like basically cauterize it with silver nitrate. Not pleasant. There were lots of tears on my end, on his end. I don't like seeing him hurting. And yeah, so we didn't get the button changed, but it was a successful trip. He actually has gained 2 pounds already. Yay! So he is gaining weight. He also grew a little bit, which is huge news. If you don't know, he's kind of been staying the same size for over a year now, which is not normal for a 2-year-old. So yeah, this is huge news. That means the feeding tube is working. He's getting the nutrients he needs. He's gonna catch up. And I cannot even begin to describe how relieved I feel about all that. So that is what is up. Also, is that all that's up? Oh yeah, tomorrow is my birthday. So I am turning 32, I think. I'll put the correct age right here, but I think I'm turning 32. And I am actually celebrating for the first time in like 4 years. 4 years, 5 years, something like that. The last time that I celebrated, I wasn't pregnant. We hadn't moved yet, all of that fun stuff. I got pregnant and I was very, very pregnant when my birthday came along. So I didn't celebrate that year that I was pregnant. The first year that he was born was chaos. And actually we got like not so great news. They wanted us to take him to the hospital on the day of my birthday. So obviously I did not celebrate that day either. The second birthday, we had just moved and I didn't know anybody and I was kind of depressed about it. So didn't celebrate that day either. And this will be the first birthday in a long time. So 3 years that I have celebrated. Yay! We're gonna have like a little barbecue this weekend with my friends, and it's gonna be a good time. So I'm excited to celebrate 32 years. And I think that is all I have for you today. If you reached the end of this video, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you are reading, what you're listening to, what you're watching, whatever you're excited about. I love talking to you guys in the comments below, and getting to know you better and just seeing what you guys are up to. Makes me so happy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.